Welcome. This is Erudite Gamer, and you are watching SCUM. So, where did we leave off last time around? We traveled all the way down in the Alpha sectors, all the way up to the Charlie sectors. For what purpose? Well, my favorite spot to build is right across the stream, right in this area, right here. The reason being is because before this update, that house was not dilapidated, so it provided me with a small but steady stream of fertilizer, small but steady stream of scrap metal, small but steady stream of feathers. It had a full size refrigerator that was operational, a stove that was operational. None of that is there anymore. I've got a larger stream of scrap metal with the broken down cars nearby on the road, but nothing's tying me to that place right there except for this stream. So why not build across the stream? Because where I like to build is chock full of shit. A bunch of bushes that might grow into my base. And I don't want that. So, I decided that there's a field over here that's probably big enough and clear enough for me to build my house and my garden and my garage. So, the problem is that when I built my garage over there, I would build it right next to the road. And it doesn't look like I'll be able to do that this time around. So I just got to make sure I build my garage away from any other buildings so that I can easily loop around should I need to. Which there's plenty of room for that. So, with that in mind, I think I'm going to plant my flag like somewhere near this tree, because I'm thinking right past this area is a good place for my house. I have to build a bunch of blueprints in order to make sure, but in order to build the blueprints, I gotta have the first foundation laid down. So that's the thing, is a lot of these grasses grow too tall. So we already know that there's NPCs that like to patrol around in that area. But I think this area is flat enough that if I raise it above where the grasses grow, maybe I won't have an issue with some base elements not being able to reach the ground and therefore stopping me from building. So I'm not sure yet. I just got to get into it first. And in order for me to get into it, I need to put down a flag location. So what I'm mainly concerned about are the full-size bushes and the tall grasses. So if I can see and that's approximately where it disappears. That should give me plenty of room to decide where my base is going to be at. Alright, so the whole reason why I kept all this stuff... Wait, I should check inventory first. Okay. So that I would have at least the beginnings of the flag. And then as I kill puppets and such, I'll just collect more. Looks like I only need 2 more cloth. I'm starting to get really damn hungry. So I need to keep an ear out for puppets and an ear out for food. Food on legs. Now this town has a grocery store and 2 commercial kitchens. No, a convenience store, a grocery store, and 2 commercial kitchens. One attached to the police station and the other stand up. Shit! Are they aiming at me? I gotta find a bush. Like an actual bush, not these wannabe bushes that can't be cut down. There we go. Now here's a question. Will the puppets do the smart thing and not care about getting wet? Or not the puppets, the NPCs? And cross the stream that way? Or will they take the bridge to avoid getting wet? Alright, I can't wait around much longer. So I'm going to choose to get wet because I know approximately where those NPCs are. By the way, that's the other commercial restaurant right there. I don't think that dude's gonna last much longer. What the hell's the deal with that puppet? Why isn't he dogpiling?
What's that? Gotta.
Damn it! I took my shot and I missed. Where the hell am... God damn it, all the way down here again? Why did they like spawning me in alpha? This sucks. At least I know exactly where my body is. The question is will it still be there by the time I get back? God! Jesus Christ. Well, at least I'm closer to the town. Where the hell am I? Where the hell am I? Then again, maybe not. What the hell? I think what happened is I got too close to that POI, and there was NPCs around there, quote unquote, guarding it or looting it or however you want to see things. So that was my fault. I was stupid. I was running flat out near where basically people could be. Trying to get to my body as fast as possible. It's a bad habit from before there was NPCs and there was only puppets. Because the only puppets that you couldn't outrun were the glass cannons. The scrawny piss ants. Much better. Wait. Okay, it doesn't really matter. I guess I've got to carry it in my hand. Fire starter would be nice. Definitely keeping that. Everything got reset, so I don't have my recipes memorized anymore, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Yeah, I don't have my recipes memorized anymore. So I gotta cook my favorites out of casseroles. For the life of me, I do not remember. Definitely keeping that. That way all I gotta do is chop up a puppet. None of that looks good. My trainers are better than the high heel sandals. High heel sandals don't have very good durability. Yay! Oh, I can wear it in addition. Damn, it's missing a front wheel. You can't find feathers in hay anymore. It's impossible. Or the loot chance is so freaking low that it might as well be 0. Okay. Moving on. This will be my first look at a tractor. Apparently it's burned out, but oh well. I'm already gathering the scrap metal for the flag. And it'll give me something I can drop. How much do you actually weigh? 400 grams. This thing can carry... Oh, wait. That's what I'm wearing. Retard. God damn. Yay! Yeah, that's exactly what I need, a freaking banjo. Okay. Why aren't you vaulting through the window? I'm fully expecting an NPC to come out and start shooting at me. What am I doing? I only need 2 cloth, so I'm carrying too much as it is. Yes, please. You? Go there. By the way, I don't know if it's still true, but previously... Ew. No. Previously, the cleaver was the best to harvest meat from dead MNOs. And I think the next best was the scalpel. If I remember correctly, on the scalpel part. It was definitely the cleaver prior to the update. So if you want to maximize the meat that you get out of a carcass, you use a cleaver. So you always, always pick up a cleaver when you can. Do you... You do. Okay, equip. I don't need to keep you and drag you around. If I remember correctly, the Dao did the same amount of damage as a katana. But the katana is the highest damage cutting weapon. I find that the blunt weapons are too slow for my playstyle. I don't like them. Trucker jacket, 57. What is my trucker jacket? Mine's better. Ooh, another cookbook. Oh, and I suppose you never leave behind a cookbook. I don't know why I keep searching those. I'm never gonna find feathers. Sweet. Oh. There's another thing that you never leave behind. A screwdriver. Because even if you're flush with screwdrivers, that can change after just a couple, that can change just after a couple of police stations. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. So, even if you're flush with screwdrivers, pick it up anyway. That is my best piece of advice. Because a police station will require 8 uses of a screwdriver. So that's 2 full red screwdrivers and then some. And then 2/3 of one. So that's damn near three red screwdrivers by itself. One of those airdrops is 6 uses of a screwdriver. So 3 full red screwdrivers. Motorcycle boots? Those are good boots. Nice and durable. Plus, I think they look cool. Also, the best clothing in the game would be military tactical. So, military tactical pants, military tactical shirt, military tactical... what do they call it? Camo jacket? Jacket? Something like that. Military tactical boots. And the gloves aren't the best gloves in the game, though, because while they're good for punching the crap out of zombies, if you choose to brawl, Jesus Christ, I am so freaking far away. Right there? Maybe? Anyway, they're good for brawling zombies. They're horrible for lockpicking. I think they're one of the worst gloves in the game for lockpicking. Being the construction gloves being the worst gloves in the game for lockpicking. So, the best gloves in the game, as far as I'm concerned, are the fingerless gloves. And the reason being is you've got full use of lockpicking and they protect your hands. You give up durability for that, though. The military tactical and the construction gloves have the highest durability. You know what? I'm thinking about it, and I'll need to have a weapon to kill that NPC. And I actually have... space for arrows. Multiple sets of arrows. So I should definitely make the 35-pounder and some arrows again. Now that I'm thinking about it. Make the shit cleaver my primary weapon, since I want the other cleaver as a food processing cleaver. Which means I need at least one of the cleavers to stick around as long as possible. So, because I've got a backpack, a trucker's jacket, and I replaced all my oranges, I think me dying wasn't that bad of a thing. It was a blessing in disguise. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. Let's deal with the bleeding injury. Oh. My next piece of advice: find alcohol as soon as possible. And every little cut, every little sore, use the alcohol on it. And it doesn't have to be rubbing alcohol. It could be like whiskey and vodka and other such stuffs. Because each time you do that, it increases your medical skill. You know what? Aww. Craft into bone needle. I'll make a sewing kit to repair all my shit. And then I'll be able to use the extra slots to put heavy stuff elsewhere. And that will allow me to carry the skin, because the skin is needed for a quiver. The second best quiver in the game. There. Alright. I don't remember if the animal skin backpack carries more or has more slot or something. I just remember that the animal skin backpack is the third best in the game. And I think the assault backpack is the second, with the hiking backpack being the best. Another one of those, not as good as mine. An apple, and here we go. An onion is exactly what I need. So, eat that. Hazelnuts. Fan-freaking-tastic. Now, normally, these are really, really bad to eat. And I mean really bad to eat. Because they are so high in fat. But I'm close to starving at the moment. So, right now, calories are calories. Weird. The texture's just not loaded in. Alright. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to leave it here. So, thank you guys for watching. Stay curious, and I will talk to you all later.